County Public Library. Today I am here to review the 2022 novel Angels of the Resistance by Noelle Salazar. This is a historical fiction novel that takes place in the Netherlands. It starts in 1940 and it goes through the end of World War II. Our main character is Lein, and we learn a little bit about how she lives a pretty quiet life with her mother and her older sister Elif. They live in the city Haarlem, which is about a 30-minute drive from Amsterdam, if you want to kind of think about the geography there. And Lein starts the novel at the age of 14. So before our main story even begins, we learn the tragic story of Lein's younger sister. So one day while Lein was babysitting, her sister tragically drowned. And Lein has some really major guilt, obviously, surrounding this event. And it really drives her to help others. And that drive is there even before the Nazis show up. So unfortunately in 1940, the Netherlands did have to surrender to the German army. And right around when the Nazis show up, the Dutch resistance, of course, pops up as well. So Lein really wants to be a part of the resistance, and that is even more the case because she learns that her aunt and uncle are deeply involved in the resistance. And so initially, her aunt and uncle recruit Elif. So they ask her older sister, who's 16 in 1940, to be a part of the resistance. But they believe that Lein is too young at 14. And Lein does not want that. She wants to help people. She has a very close friend who is Jewish, and she's, of course, very worried for her. And so she actually follows her sister to one of the training sessions, and it happens to be a training session where they are learning to shoot guns. And she's found out, and she's like, I can do this. My dad taught me how to shoot. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll see how well the 14-year-old shoots. And she is the best one. So they do, at that point, accept her, and she gets to join the resistance. And starts her training alongside her sister. Now, the novel at that point then starts to follow both Lein and Elif throughout the war, along with some of those other teen and young recruits. We have a recruit named Charlie. He is a bit of a crush for Lein. And then we have some friends that we make as well, like Ani. And they start really simply in the behind-the-scenes resistance work, forging documents so Jewish people can get out of the country. But then their missions actually start to get more and more risky, and as a reader, more and more exciting. So they go on several missions. The two sisters are paired together, where one of them will go into a restaurant or a bar and flirt with a Nazi who the resistance has marked as, the person to flirt with. And then one of them will lure him outside into the woods where the other sister is waiting with a gun to shoot them. So very risky, very courageous on behalf of the sisters. They also go on several missions where they have to place bombs on things like train tracks. So all in an effort to derail Nazi plans and to help as many people as possible. And ultimately, they end up being part of a group that collects people that are in hiding, mostly Jewish families or other members of the resistance that have been caught or about to be caught, and helping them escape to safety as well. So, as you might be able to tell, this novel was very exciting. And as a reader, I felt like I was right there with Lein for the successes and the failures, as well as for the joys, especially as she and Charlie get closer, and as well as for the trauma. So our author, Noelle Salazar, writes in vivid detail as she highlights not only incredible historical details, but also the very real dangers faced by these brave sisters. Now, I learned in the author's note at the very end that this novel is actually loosely based off of the lives of two very real sisters named Freddie and Truus Overstegen, who at 14 and 16, just like Lein and Elif, joined the Dutch resistance and went on several of the same style missions, including luring Nazis into the woods so the other could shoot them, planting bombs, etc. And so this is actually Freddie, right at the height of the war. So again, this is who Lein is loosely based off of. And then here is, so the real Freddie and Truus Overstegen, who again, this novel is loosely based off of, actually both lived to 92. So that's really awesome. If you want to read about those sisters, not these sisters, there's a book specifically about the two of them called Three Ordinary Girls, and it's by Tim Baker, and it chronicles their tale. And Noelle Salazar said that their story inspired her to write this. So for an exciting adventure with these two sisters, Lein and Elif, make sure you try out Angels of the Resistance. Thanks for joining me for my book review.